you have to find ways of describing things that make you smile.
Yeah.
Now, the first line you say that you walk with a smile. You bear your load of your troubles lightly, and you smile anyway. Don't you? And then you go on to describe things that make you smile, that give you pleasure, that give you joy. So could you give me an idea of what you feel about those things? Do you feel like that yourself?
Sometimes, yes. But it's hard to be positive every time. Let's have some good things, but I sometimes feel it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the first verse, you say that you feel like that you wear your troubles easily, because you liken yourself to a shepherd or a herdsman, somebody working with the cattle, and that you imagine that they must be carefree people. Is that right?
He described a picture.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a painting.
Yeah, painting.
So could you see that in your mind?
Yeah.
Think it. Picture it. Make it come alive to us. We need to see a film going past your eyes all the time. Okay? In the first verse, it's about the cattle and this lovely life, carefree life that you're inspired by.
Yeah.
Could you sing that verse like that?
Yes.
Thinking like that? Talking like that to us? That was lovely. That was really beautiful, and that was not, I think, there the first time. So we're immediately drawn into this picture. Now, apart from getting your imagination to join in with your singing, what could you do musically? What are the things that you can do to it to give us variety and interest?
Think at the tunes and the picture at the same time.
I'll sing it two ways, and you tell me. These are two things you might do. I won't sing it in Danish. La 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 la. La 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 la. That's one way. Another way. La 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 la. La 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 la. They're very different, weren't they?
Yeah.
What were the two things what was I doing differently?
The first you make a staccato.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next you how to say it? Finder det sammen.
Yeah, legato, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm playing with the phrasing of the music to draw out different things. The first one, I was enjoying the rhythms to emphasize the joy of it, and the second one, I was getting a warm feeling of a legato, and a nice, how it was lovely. It's a lovely sunny day, and I was getting that feeling. Now, you can do all those things. There are loads of different ways of singing this tune with a different thought. And musically, it's the phrasing that does it, that makes us interested.
Yeah.
So you let your imagination, your pictures, guide your phrasing. could you make it quite fun, as if you're tripping down the road? So now do me the second verse and paint me a different picture with the phrasing.
Dugen driver fra Norden, henover det bøjede korn. Men solen stiger af jorden, imellem oksernes horn.
And what's the picture this time?
It's the sun goes down over the mark.
Are they dewdrops? Little drops of dew?
I think the first.
The first one?
Yeah.
So just try that one for that second verse. See, see.
Dugen driver fra Norden, henover det bøjede korn. Men solen stiger af jorden, imellem oksernes horn.
Good, yeah, I got a bit more of that. A little different one.
The first, maybe I should sing a little bit small.
Quieter.
Yeah. And the second, maybe mezzo piano. And the last one forte. So it's like,
Yeah, I think I get
because it's first myself and then these surroundings and over these surroundings.
Yes, beyond these surroundings,
Beyond,
you
yeah.
see these other things. Yeah. So can we try the whole thing?
Yeah.
Try and get a whole picture, whole film is going to be in these three verses.
Jeg bærer med smil min byrde, jeg drager med sang mit læs. Jeg som den hvile hyrde, der gælder sit kvæg på græs. Se dugen driver fra Norden, henover det bøjede korn. Men solen stiger af jorden, imellem oksernes horn. Jeg stiger på sit tindrende marker, og langs mod den blåne fjord. Jeg stiger på sejlende akker, men finder et tolkende ord.
Good. It's a lovely feeling. The overall feeling of it is really great. I think you need to work a bit more at the detail in it, because I've still got quite getting a very detailed picture of it. And if you're going to sing lots of the same tune 3 times, then the detail is what's going to be very important. If we want to listen to it a 3rd time, we have to have a reason. So you've got to draw us into it a little bit. Okay? And this isn't a very complicated poem, but it is a picture of different shades, different colours. And so these different things need to be going through your mind. And then you need to find ways and experiment with different ways. You've talked about dynamics. You can do mezzo piano, mezzo fortes, whatever. You can, the phrasing and the shaping of the tune. And the reason for doing all that has got to be the way it makes you feel. And so that being true to the words. You've got a lovely voice. Your voice is beautifully, she has fantastic high cheekbones here, so it has fantastic upper sounds in her voice. Just bright, sunny, hello, hello, that's not very interesting to hear all the time. But it's your natural, it's your natural expression. You have a lot of that in your voice.
Yeah.
But you can, we need a sort of more of all the colours blending together, that you can explore that some more. Good. I think it's interesting to know that the imagination works on the communicative imagination works on the nasopharynx, on the back of the mouth. The words are formed at the front of the mouth. The clarity of the words is very important. But the colour of words, where your imagination works with your voice, is all at the back, unseen. So just la 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 li li lu li lu li lu li la la la. There's nothing. There's like I'm not. There's no differences going on there. But I could say la 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 la, and all those things are happening internally, and they're happening because I'm thinking of those things. Now singers don't necessarily think like that. They don't think of where those things are happening. But that is what's happening. The actual shape at the back is creating these different textures and colours. Choral singers especially tend to spend a lot of time getting clarity and not doing very much imagination. And solo singers, as soon as they do clarity of words but don't do any imagination, you can tell immediately. It feels false, it feels wrong. And I think the choral singers shouldn't do it either. I think choral singers also should be very attached to the words and what they mean and how it comes across. And then when you've got a group of people, you get all their imaginations working together, and it becomes a much more exciting thing. So when you're singing in choir, a lot of choir singers, particularly in England, well, we're very bad at this, we don't even know what we're singing about. We're singing in languages or Latin, or we don't even know what we're saying half the time, let alone be individually responsible for what we're saying. Now, the thing I was saying about these Nielsen songs is that actually you have to dig very deep to find out the subtlety, the carefulness of what you're trying to say. Because on the surface, it's all just bright and beautiful. But you have to make it personal, and you have to show that you care. And you do that at the back of your mouth. You do that, not at the front of your face, which is like cheap, thin singing. But this is actually the depth of singing. And that will make your singing much more interesting, a sort of inner beauty. La 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 la. Draw it in, make us believe that you really want to be there. Just sing that, sing a verse again, and just make us want to be there with you. And I'd love to hear you sing lots of different things and get lots of imaginative sort of ideas going. But that's because you've got such an easy voice, your imagination would take flight, absolutely take flight, if you commit to it. And these songs are very subtle. They need you to feel the real joy of those things, or something near them. Perhaps you've never looked across a dewy sort of load of cattle sleeping in a field. I don't know whether you ever have, or whether it's meant anything to you. But you have to find a way of committing to that text, and then your voice will take off. It's fantastic. Lovely to meet you.